What is up, YouTube? The Zelda Duelist is back at you with another decklist profile. And apologies for taking so long once again. I've been busy with GCSEs at the moment, so that's always fun. But yeah, branded. We love branded here. And as you can probably tell by the thumbnail, we're playing Keeper. But I don't have Predator funds yet because, well, I don't have any funds. And I don't have any Cyberstorm access cards for the similar reason. And my hand trap list, like I think before, not amazing. So yeah, what am I gonna say? This deck can definitely still win though in this format. I will say it's a bit scummy, but it's with one of the cards according to my friends. But yeah, but I'm gonna let you guys know now in this video, in my Discord, and in other videos, I guess. Comment what you want me to do. More deck lists, I can do that. Duels, etc. Let me know what you want me to do, because my holidays are coming up and it's a long holiday from I think the 20th of June until like some point in September. So I have months basically for you guys to just get as much content as you want from me. Let me know what you want me to do. Master, unfortunately, is currently a bit of a no-no as I cannot record and film at the same record and play Master at the same time. I'm working on it though. So anyway, branded. Let's go with this deck profile. Start off with the main deck. Playing triple copies. Fallen of Albaz. Yeah, I'm back on the Albaz train. Like triple Albaz. Obviously with Creme and whatnot, you need the triple Albaz. That's guaranteed. But even then, I still argue you need 3. Kashira is not as good, but again, it's still there. And because Kashira being there is a thing, I can't go out my way to play 2 Albaz of what I learned. And from YCS London, I'm never playing 2 again. The amount of games where I opened to 2 Albaz is immense. Yeah, it's bad luck, but I don't want that bad luck. Let someone else have it. So I've just decided to, you know what, screw it. 3 Albaz. That way, even if I draw a 2, I'm fine. I say this now, and I'm going to draw 3 at my next tournament. The Despias, we are playing triple Aluba, with the best normal summon in the deck other than Keeper. They're the 2 tied bests. What does he not do? He gets you your combos up and running. He's got a graveyard interruption. Is what not to love about Aluba. The other Despias we're playing is 1 Tragedy. Oh, let me bring it down a bit. A Tragedy. Now, Tragedy, it's a good send of Forge Burial or Opening or Gold Sarcophagus. But other than that, I will say it's a bit mid. You do need it for the consistency though, so I do not recommend cutting this. 1 Ad Libitum Despia. Again, Brandon and Red combos. It's amazing for that. Also, if you've used Tragedy, like you banish it for something, or you send it off Opening, you can send this up to go like Grand Greek Null, Foolish and whatnot. It's a very useful card, Ad Lib. And the final Despia, I've brought back my favourite one, Dramaturge. I was inspired by someone at YCS London to do this. They were playing Dramaturge to summon off Branded Opening, and now, obviously, I would never have done this normally. That's always my Branded Opening. But when I spoke to them about it, they argued with me that, well, you see, by playing the Dramaturge in your deck, so if you draw the Aluba and you have Opening as well, that means you're not discarding something like your Aluba or another card for your Opening. Alongside that, it stops Opening being a dead card in some instances where you've gone through, you draw, say, 2 Aluba and whatnot. So you always play the Dramaturge as a backup plan. I'm playing Dramaturge for that reason, alongside that. It's my favourite one, and I'm happy I get to play it again. That's the Despias. The Branded Lost package. 1 Cartesia. Oh, Cartesia. Probably should be playing more, but we only have the 1 currently. I say up to 2 is how much Cartesia you need. You do not play more. This card, on field, again, quick effect poly, but also it's tuner, meaning if you have the Cyberstorm access stuff, in theory you can use it for a synchro summon or something like, I think it's Despian Luluelith, one of those pronunciations, and that's useful for that, I guess, but I'm still playing it more for the poly effect and that thing. 2 Mercuria, Mercuria is a great card to have at your disposal. Again, hand trap and obviously range room combos. I've built in this specific list so I can specifically summon more Rindbrum than I normally would, because I love that card so much. Again, that's pretty much after you get the Cyber Snack stuff, you can probably cut this down to 1 maybe if you're playing the lure, stay to 2, but or even 3. But I personally playing it at 2. I'm playing a kit because of consistency. I don't ever want to brick again with this deck. I'm gonna be honest. So playing another kit, meaning I think we're playing 15 combo starters, counting Brand Fusions, Keepers, Alubas, Kit, Gold Sark, Foolish, and Opening. Which, if I remember correctly, it's like a 91% chance to get 1 combo piece in your hand, which is incredible. Again, this is also good for that recycles, meaning if you have, say, Brand Fusion Engrave and none in your deck, you can bring it back to your field without wasting your Retribution. Final one I'm playing, up a bit. 1 Albion, the Shroud of Dragon. Albion, again, with Retribution and whatnot, it's really nice to have, and along being an upstart, meaning you could draw into hand traps, combo plays, etc. Also, if you have it plus Saronir to send or something, you can then pretty much get yourself any branded spell trap you want, which is so helpful. Severely underrated. I mentioned this earlier, but we're playing Triple Keeper. Keeper Dragon Magic. I underestimated this card. I'm going to admit this. I think I've been going so long without playing this card because I viewed it as a brick. It's not good enough. I prefer Kit. I prefer Aluba. And then I started watching Revzcards playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Properly. If you guys have watched that series, if you haven't watched it, I recommend it. It's a lot of fun to watch. Spanned pretty much exactly a year, which is amazing. But anyway, that's besides the point. He played Keeper throughout the entire bit, and what he showed off in the end was that you can use Keeper to revive stuff like Albaz, Dark Magician, or Cartasia, and then you can use that with, say, your Predaplant stuff to fuse them off into Dragoon before Brand Fusion, which is obviously amazing. But, there's a but here, I don't have the Predaplant, but we still use that effect because of another card we're playing, being, let me find a few, this guy. We'll get to Brandon White in a minute. Alongside that, it doesn't just touch you Brand Fusion. So if you have, say, I don't know, you've opened Keeper and Opening. Oh no, you still can normal summon Keeper and such Fusion Deployment. Yeah, and yourself a Cartasia, an Albaz, or whatever you need to break their board or build a better board. Overall, it's severely underrated. I do recommend you guys try it at bare minimum. For Bestials, we've got the 1 Lubelli and the 1 Saronir because we don't have the Predaplants. Again, I think it's pretty standard for most branded lists. You can use this for Synchro summoning if you have some access stuff, which I don't, but it's recommended regardless. And Saronir, well, with Retribution, you can then get a free branded spell. It's very handy. Final monster is Dark Magician because we're playing Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, the card all my friends say is the piece of scum. Spells and traps. Oh, daisy. I think everyone saw Triple Fusion coming alongside Triple Opening. So I'm not going to go into much detail here, but that's your entire deck pretty much. That's Emergency Teleport. This is effectively Magical Meltdown, but better. Because, well, it lets you search once you Fusion summoned. And they go, Chainlink 1 Albion to Fusion Summon. Chainlink 2 Lost to search. Chainlink 3 Mirror Jade. They can't respond. It's an incredible card. And I think ever since Lubellion printed, basically Lubellion printed, every branded deck has been playing this, and as they should have been from the beginning. 1 branded in reds because Guardian Chimera, and branded in white. This card, it's polymerization if you use and you're forced to use a dragon, so it's not that optimal, you may say. However, if you have Albaz as a material, you can use stuff in your grave, meaning, you have on your board a Dark Magician Engrave, right? You have, let me find one, an Albaz Engrave, a Keeper on board, obviously in white hand, but you also have, let me find a few, guys, Rindbrum Engrave. You're in a pickle, because you want Dragoon out, just to be safe. But you also need Albaz engraved for Rindrum. So what you do is activate Keeper, reveal, say, Albion. Set the Albaz face down, so there you go, Albaz. You set him face down, and then you go Brandon White. This will banish Dark Magician engrave, and send Albaz back to the graveyard to summon out the boy. Because of this, you now have a super polymerization, super poly, and an Omni Negate, which is severely underrated by a lot of people, just how powerful that little combo bit is. And it's also why a lot of people are cutting stuff like, Rindrum before even giving it a chance. Alongside Keeper, which I guess I'm now on the Keeper gang. Again, shout out to Revzcards once again, because he's the guy who not got me to play it, I don't know him. But his playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Properly series got me to play it. Non-branded spells, we have triple fusion deployment. Again, it should be at 3. I only have 2. Again, no funds. 1 foolish, 1 gold star for consistency. And I don't like Ash. But that's pretty much, the absolute minimum you need for spells. Finally, traps. We played 2. I'll get to hand traps in a minute. Retribution, again, standard. And I'm playing Banishment in main instead of Expulsion. Banishment's great for breaking boards alongside bringing back something like Dragoon, Mirror Jade after it's been Kaiju'd or Lava Golemed. And then, in theory, you could still combo off from there. So it's very handy to have your hands on. Lastly, we have hand traps. I've got 2 Ash. Only have 2. I borrowed one for YCS London. 1 Ogre. I only have 1 because I didn't buy 3 structure decks. I got 1 structure deck, and my friend gave me the Branded Fusions, Keepers, etc. from his one, meaning I only have 1 Ogre. I'm looking to get into more. Similarly, 1 in I have 2 deployment. I've got 1 of my deployment from the Megatin, and the other was from the structure deck. So only 1 in 1 Ogre. I have been tinkering with Effect Veiler instead of some of these cards, but currently it lives in my side deck, but they could easily come into main. Let's do side deck now then, real fast. I got 1 Kaiju. I want more Kaiju, but I don't have any more Kaiju. Triple Effect Veiler. This card, I feel, if it's in a matchup where I need... So I'm going second, and against something like Super Heavy Samurai is a great example of this. I need the Veilers to just go, no effect. I cannot let you combo. You're going to kill me otherwise. Triple Book of Eclipse for that Castro matchup. Triple Cosmic Cyclone, because I don't like back row decks. I'm going to be honest. I play Dark Magicians, and I don't like Cosmic then. But from not playing Dark Magician, we don't like back row. Triple Evenly Matched, because I like breaking boards. Again, it should be that difficult by playing evenly. And 1 Expulsion, 1 Zra's Disciple, because I don't have the Gimmick Puppet, and I had to return DD Orthros, which was really inconsistent, I'll be honest. Okay, that's side deck. And it quickly went through the side deck. It's not much to remark about. Extra deck. Okay, standard ones of, 2 Albion, 2 Lubellion, and 2 Mirror Jade. Obviously, I'm playing the 1 Rindrum, the Striking Dragon. So I'll move these guys up a bit. Okay. We're playing 1 Rindrum, the Striking Dragon, because it's my favourite branded fusion monster, Albaz fusion monster, end of. It's funny, and it gets me Dragoon combos. I don't need to say much more. Final 2 Albaz ones we're playing, it's Sprint, because Contact C and Mirror Jade Send, and Brickrand, because Mirror Jade Send, there's not much other reason. Although you could actually summon this off Albaz when it's engraved, in theory. I have yet to do it, though. Playing 1 Grand Recall and my variant of the Flamewing Man. If you guys don't know, you probably don't, Elemental Hero Flamewing Man is probably one of my favourite Yu-Gi-Oh cards in history, other than stuff like Dragoon, and I guess the only other one I like more is Judgment Dragon. So Flamewing Man is like my 3rd most favourite Yu-Gi-Oh card of all time. Oh, and Militia Space, so 4th. Forgot about him. But Flamewing Man is my favourite cards, and this has the same like Flamewing Man attack burn bit. And I love it, and it's got better stats, alongside obviously the extra like banish / steal, this card. It's incredible for that. I'm playing this instead of Despy and Q-Tip because, well, you know, I prefer this. And again, probably should be playing Quertus, but I prefer Proskenian. It's my personal bias. Final ones. 1 Dragoon. I don't like your trap decks, funny Magic Man. I don't like your effects, funny Magic Man. I don't like you, funny Magic Man. That's Dragoon in a nutshell. And I have had a moment where I had to go, okay, I summoned Red Eyes Dark Dragoon against my opponent who had Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. That was a fun match. I won it in the end. But yeah, Dragoon is definitely a great card to have at your disposability. Chimera, because I want to Pot of Greed and still pop a card, or pop to an Upstart Goblin. And finally, for branded banishments targets, because we don't need to play 2 Dragoon anymore. Woo! Mind Hack has not been banned yet, but everyone's playing Pearly and Super Heavy Samurai instead, meaning Castura is not as prominent. Let's go! But yeah, and that's the list. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, let me know what you want me to do in the future, and I will do it to the best of my ability. Until then, cheerio!